All right, guys. If I mess up with the retcons, if I mess up with the order, I'll just retcon it on the second part, and hopefully y'all can hear me. Sorry about being outside, but I do want to throw a video out. Because at first I was just like, all right, I'm not really gonna get that many subs, and I hate to sound cliche. I don't got like 1,000 subs or anything like that yet, but like people are subbing pretty fast. Like last time I checked, I was at like 40 or 50. Then I check again, I'm like 144, probably more now. And I didn't really think like I was gonna get a lot of like subs like that and stuff. So it was really confusing. But enough with me. So I will try to make an actual upload schedule, or actually try to upload more consistently, because I thought people were gonna like look at it. Really, I thought it was gonna flop. But it didn't, so I have to keep doing this, because I kept saying to myself, well, if I had a fan base, I would make more videos. And now I have a fan base, so I need to make more videos. And I'm not complaining, I'm actually thankful. And for any new subs, welcome to the family. You know, leave down the comment what type of videos you want to see. Anywho, I'm gonna go ahead and just throw out a random what if that I was thinking about. A lot of people want to be like, what if Deku was the son of Naruto? What if he could use chakra? If y'all want those particular ones, just say it down in the comment. And then for other people that want that same thing, like it, and the ones that have the most likes like that, then I'll know which one to go. And for example, like with my video with what if Deku had a light quirk, if someone said evil, like I want him to stay evil or become truly evil, all you would really need to do is like that comment after someone puts it, and whoever has the most likes out of the good or evil, I'll choose that one, because I don't know how to put the little poll on my videos just yet, okay? But that out of the way, let me make sure I'm not forgetting nothing else. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. But for this video, as you can tell by the title, but I'm gonna do what if Deku had the shadow clone quirk. And so how this quirk works is it's exactly like Naruto shadow clones, but the only difference is he's not using chakra per se. Damn, I hope this isn't messing up with my audio. But he doesn't has chakra or anything like that. He's just able to use shadow clones. And how he'll figure this out is I'll make it like off the rip, where like he just knows he has the ability, and one day he messes around and does a symbol, and like he's really frustrated. So I don't know how he would do the hand sign, but let's just say something happens and he ended up doing it, right? And then he realizes he can make clones of himself. So, and I'm gonna say it took him a little bit longer, not like by years or anything, but it took him a little bit longer to figure this out. So at first he thought he was quirkless, but after he figured out he was quirkless in this version of Deku, he was looking up a lot of other heroes too. He liked All Might too, but he was like looking at all the other heroes more, because he's like, there's no way I don't have a quirk. He was more curious and more interested in looking at quirks and stuff. So what we're gonna do with this setup is, I would say somewhere around the beginning of high school, junior high, he figured out like he had the quirk and he started using it. So what he did was he started training a little bit, and he went to different masters and stuff, because he was able to find these. And these masters, the only reason they took him as a disciple is because originally he was under the impression he didn't have a quirk. So I'll say he'll been training with these people for a good little while, or a good little minute or whatever, right? And so with that being said, he was training with them for a good little while. So his physical physique is very impressive compared to the Deku canon. And the bullying aspect, it does happen, but eventually Bakugo's like talking trash and doing all this disrespectful stuff, and he's like, stop. He's like, I don't want to fight you. And then you know how Bakugo is, he's like, shut up, you quirkless loser, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, right? And then so Bakugo tries to destroy his notebook, just in this given context, not basing it off of canon. He tries to destroy his notebook. Deku gets up and punches him in the face. So like basically he stops it, kicks his arm back, and then uppercuts him in the face. And then he said, Deku, you know how he is. And Deku was like, now listen, Kanchan, I don't want to hurt you. And you've been picking on me most of my life. So what he does now is he hits him with like, what's the word for it? He hits him with the psychological warfare. He said, you want to be a hero, but you bully on people that you consider beneath you. How insecure would you have to be to bully on someone that's a quirkless loser? Or so you think. That makes him think. He's like, wait, what do you mean so I think? You got a quirk? What are you talking about? You've always been quirkless. Or maybe, and he knows how he thinks, so he now he's messing with him. Or maybe I just wanted you to think I'm a quirkless loser just to have a nice laugh. He's like, he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to take this. But that ends out. Now we would go to the sludge villain attack, right? And how this would happen is everything would happen in canon, but the only difference is he's not running away from Deku. He's he's not running from Kanchan. He's actually trying to get to one of his classes. Because this Deku, he knows how to use, I might make him OP because that seems to always end up happening. But he's not going to, he's gonna know how to use energy. And he knows how to use energy because his shadow clones require an efficient amount of energy for them to work, okay? So he knows how to use energy. He knows how to fight basic stuff, right? So the sludge villain comes, it catches him off guard because he's off thinking about what he's gonna learn today and all the moves and stuff he's gonna learn. And he likes fighting, but he doesn't like fighting. He likes protecting people, but you know how he's excessive with quirks. So it's similar with fighting moves, so he's always looking stuff up. He gets caught off guard, sludge villain gets him, All Might saves him. He says, yo, All Might. And then he tells All Might what his quirk is. He said, that could potentially be useful for intel, but he doesn't like say he can't do it, but he's saying if he wanted to, it would be kind of hard. So he like, it's a 50-50, you get what I mean? Like he's kind of doubting Deku, but not like 100%. Then we skip over to the sludge villain actual attack. So Deku says, all right, Moti Shadow Clone Jutsu, I guess. I don't know what he would call it. If y'all want to make up a better name than that, please. But for the time being, Moti Shadow Clone Jutsu. And so 5 clones pop out because that's his limit. 5 clones pop out, and those clones make some more clones. So now, out of nowhere, everyone's confused. Like, whoa, where did this army of copies of himself come from? And so they all go forward and attack, right? One goes on one side, one goes on the other side. And this is slightly a lot more effective than what happened in canon due to all these people. Like when he pulls back, another one pulls. And so they're actually able to pull out Bakugo, but then the sludge villain attacks. And so what the clones do is they push him out of the way, and then they get consumed. And then All Might gets inspired. And All Might gives him some praise and says, see, it was this hero. If he didn't hold the villain off long enough, which Deku knows the truth because you know how they met in canon or whatever, and like how he saw his form, but you know, All Might gotta keep up appearances. He's like, if it wasn't for this hero doing what he did, when he did, I wouldn't have had enough time to catch up with this villain or something to keep face, however you want to word it, right? And now we skip to the scene where All Might, it's like, you know, wanting to make him the successor. And I'm gonna say Deku says he needs some time to think about it, okay? The only reason I'm putting this is, what do y'all want me to do? Do y'all want me to have it where he gets the quirk, gets All Might's quirk, or where he doesn't get All Might's quirk? Like, what do y'all think? By the way, once again, just throwing that out there, for the format, how I want to do this until I learn how to put polls and stuff on, is I want y'all, whoever comments it first is the comment. So be like, yes, I want them to have all for one. Put a like, you know? If y'all see that afterwards, put a like, and then I'll know that's the one they want. Or if someone says, no, don't make them all for one, put a like on that for the other people that didn't put the comment down. And then I'll go for whichever one has the likes by the time I come back to that video. So, yeah. Anywho, he says he needs some time to think about it. So he's like, all right, but I'll give you a recommendation to UA, and that type of happens, right? The entrance exam is a lot more smoother because this Deku is a lot smarter, and he's not as he's not strong. Well, okay, he's strong. He does a lot of physical work and stuff, but until he upgrades his quirk, I'll just put it like this for now, is when he does shadow clones, they can research and look up things too while he keeps training. So he does a lot of training. One clone's always looking up a lot of stuff while another clone's looking at new techniques and all that type of stuff, right? So with this being said, he's able to maximize his time. So his training, he's doing training for like 5 or 10 people depending on the situation, but he's all by himself. You get what I'm saying? And his mom didn't know about his quirk, so there would be like a little haha funny moment where like she walks in and see like 100 Dekus in the room, not really 100, and she's like, Deku? She's like, oh mom, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you I have a quirk, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah, and she cries and she gets upset, and he's like, mom, that isn't me, that's one of my clones. She's like, huh? It poofs. She's like, oh, which one is you? So that would be a little funny moment. So then we would skip straight into the entrance exam, and how this would play out is it'd be fairly decent because he would have some gear, but not too much. He'd have just stuff to protect his 8 weapons, his elbows and all that type of stuff. He'd just have like small padding so he can punch things without hurt himself. Even though he doesn't need it, he's just listening to one of his few senseis. So what ended up happening is instead of geeking out about robots, he sends out a lot of shadow clones and they gang up on the robot, beat the robot up, basically. So he has a lot more points. Now we would basically, and there's no point of everything happens in canon. So now we would get to the point in time where the giant robot comes in, right? So what this Deku does is he pushes beyond his limits. And he does some weird hand signs, and he like pushes all the energy out to his forefront, right? And like he just tries to maximize it as much as he can, and he pulls out like a best move he can possibly manage. He summons 100 clones, right? All by himself. Then those clones still have enough energy and they're giving each other energy, so it's a weird little circle. They make clones, and so he has about a good amount of clones. I'm not gonna put a number on it because I don't want to mess up the scaling this early on. And all those clones are charging, but what they do is they latch onto each other, and like one of the ones at the bottom are like whipping, and so basically he uses all his clones as like a weapon and like pushes the robot back. So basically I'll just say he like charges forward and all those clones pushes back, and then some of the other clones are literally grabbing Uraraka. And I'll just say they didn't talk because Deku has good balance, so why would he trip and why would he be nervous? So what he does is he grabs Uraraka, and it's like a Cavalier belt because it's different clones just passing it off, and she's like, what's going on? She's a little confused. So he's able to manage to push the robot back, and he realizes that they were a little tuckered out from all that energy he used, but we could say chakra. All that chakra he used. So it didn't fully push him back. It just made him go back, like pushed him back, and then he was like still up. So the robot would start to move a little faster. And Deku grabbed all his clones. They was all, like they formed a wall of clones. And he said, all right, he started kind of running a little bit, but he was like a little tired. And so he was like, so he's like, just gotta hope my clones can do this. It's like, we got you. And so then the test stops. Uraraka thanks him. Bakugo looks at him in like shock. When did he get such a powerful quirk? Like, when did this happen? How did this happen? What's going on? I thought, and then he has a flashback to what they talked about some time ago. Everyone's impressed. Deku already knows he's gonna get in due to the fact that All Might said he'll give him a recommendation, like, I got you, like, just come on. It's like seeing a good football player and the coach like, I got you. It's kind of like that. So after that happened or whatever, he gets the UA invitation or whatever, and he's not really shocked, but he's shocked to see All Might, and All Might's like, hey, let me know what you think about what we talked about prior. Blah, 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 blah. So he kind of like, don't forget. Don't forget about your boys out here on these streets. And so now what would happen is they would do the quirk assessment, and how that would work is pretty much Deku does solidly good because he's able to use a quirk. So like right before it starts, he gets his clones, and like the clones grab him and propel him forward. And so like he does like really good. And with the ball toss, all he does is he gets a lot of clones, and the clones can come out from any way and anyhow, right? So the clones are coming out of his back, right? And it looks kind of nasty, I'm not gonna lie to you. And he throws the ball up, right? And the clone, once the clone comes out, it makes another clone as he's making clones. So it's like 2 clones per second almost. I'm dying on the mic. So he throws the ball up. A clone throws the ball up. And then they keep throwing the ball up. Hold up. And he keeps throwing the ball up. Keep throwing the ball up. Keep throwing the ball up. And then eventually they'll start branching out. And they're really like really high, right? And that last clone just but instead of just throwing it, right, all the clones jumped out and kept pushing up, pushing up, pushing up, pushing up. And that final clone did the spinniest spin of spins, and he threw the ball, right? But he didn't just throw any ball. The ball was actually another Deku. Now, I'm gonna justify this by saying he knows how to use energy, so he knows how to manipulate his clones to be copies of other things and all that type of stuff. So, with that information being said, he throws the ball, and then right before the ball stops, another clone pops out, and that clone flings the ball. I'll say he gets like second place, or because you can't beat Uraraka. But I think that would be fairly justified. Like, he's been practicing with this. He has a quirk, so he appreciates it so much more. So he's like, this is awesome. This is awesome. Like, I got a power. It's kind of like one of us getting a power that wouldn't abuse it. And we appreciate the fact that we got this power. So it's kind of like that. Then we'll skip straight to, because I got a little more time before my 20 mark hits. I don't know why I want to hit 20 all the time. But so what happens is we go to not the USJ attack. We go to where they're all fighting each other. Like they're doing the not quirk assessment, but Bakugo versus Deku, right? And this one goes really easy, right? So what happens is he makes a clone looks like Uraraka, and he makes a couple of those clones. Like those clones make clones of them, and he makes a couple of clones of him. And what they do is the clones wait. And Deku's like, let's go this way. So what happens is Bakugo is sitting there fighting all these clones and getting duped. And he hasn't built up enough sweat yet to use his gauntlet. But by the time he does, it will be too late. He's like hitting every single clone, doing explosions, doing this. But this version of Bakugo is he's a little bit more angry because he was legitly played for a fool. Or so he thinks, even though Deku didn't always have this quirk. But he doesn't know that. And with that being said, he's really upset. So he's just trying to he's like going out and like he's just blasting. But the 2 original clones, they're a lot stronger because they have a lot more energy in reserve. So they're able to take a little bit more of hits, right? So he's like, so that's where the 2 of you at. You made a mistake staying here. And like, it's all red and he's like, angry. Steam's coming out of his hand, or smoke. And he's like, so he's sitting there fighting now. Deku's using his martial arts. Uraraka's trying to make him float. And he's like, you're not touching me, round face. Die! And he does that. He's like, quirkless loser. And then he like kills, he doesn't kill him, but kills that Deku. He's like, wait, if y'all are a clone, that means, but before he could realize it, he's about to get captured. But then he uses his hand and propels himself back and puts a hole in Uraraka. But what happens is when he made the clones or whatever, it made so much smoke, no one really knew what happened. Just some people presumed, those must be the real ones because they don't see where the other ones are at. I'll just say, even if they can, I want to make it suspenseful a little bit. And so they have a hole in Uraraka and it looks like she's dead. And All Might's like, I need to stop this right. Wait a minute. First team wins? And so he sees all Deku's clones holding down Ida and their victory. Made is my Tookie Mark. Catch y'all later. For those that made it to this video, I want you to comment NR. All right. 2 reasons. 1, I need people to comment so I can get more videos. I mean, not more videos, more people to see my stuff. And it's kind of funny because I really appreciate your people's. Like, I give y'all hearts and stuff because, like, y'all watched the whole video and y'all also took the time out to comment. I do appreciate that because, like, some videos I don't even like. So when people like and comment, you got to give them a little love.